Hey folks, Devin Pennypacker here for the Windup Watch Shop, and in today's video I'm actually joined by our shop manager Ricardo, and we're going to be looking at 4 watches that just launched in the Windup Watch Shop. Now each and every day Ricardo and the team here in the Windup Watch Shop are working very hard to curate a selection of watches and a plethora of other watch enthusiast gear, accessories, clocks, and well, other things in the shop for enthusiasts just like you. So many in fact that I can't keep up with all of them. So I came to Ricardo and said, all right, pick out a couple watches that recently hit the showroom that we can sit down and walk through on camera because, well, quite frankly, I can't get here to make a video on all of them. So if you want to, Ricardo, go ahead and take it away with the first one.
Okay, so we have Robot out of the Czech Republic. We've added a couple models to the shop, really interesting designs, really interesting dial work, and just use of materials. First one I brought in today, it's their Spectra Blue. When you really zoom in on this dial and just the texture, the play of the light, just overall, just a really great looking watch.
Yeah.
Like right there on the line, I'd say between dressy and casual, especially if you look at the strap, it has kind of that.
Yeah, a bit of a rugged texture,
Yeah.
but that dial, it's fancy. It's a fancy dial.
Very fancy.
Yeah,
very
and
fancy.
the back says where light meets time, and it certainly, I mean, it puts on a show.
Yeah.
That is a visual spectacle of a dial. Very interesting piece. And Robot is a brand that most people probably haven't heard of. I'll admit that until somewhat recently, it's a brand that I'd heard rumblings of, but hadn't delved too deep into. So it's one that I'm excited to learn more about as we add a lot of their product line into our showroom here.
Yeah. One thing also I really want to highlight with just Robot overall is a lot of times you get these beautiful designs from watch companies and you feel like it's a little bit lacking spec-wise. Not with Robot. You have a Le Jour Parade movement in here. You're getting at least 60 hours of power reserve.
Yeah.
I mean, sizing is really nice at 39 millimeters, that nice little sweet spot for a lot of people. Really good pickup, and price point is slightly above $2,000.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Louis Erard. It's kind of like a Czech Republic Louis Erard, but obviously instead of necessarily working with a lot of collaborative designers, they're doing a lot of the designs in-house and doing their own sort of twist on that classic everyday dress watch style.
Yep.
Very cool piece. What's the second one you brought out here?
So this is a little bit of whimsy. It's a diver that came out from Nivada Grenchen. It's called the Aquamar. The whimsy part to this is, and if you've seen their videos introducing this watch, is it has this feature where you can decide what type of lume you want on the watch.
Oh, weird. Okay.
If you're like the vintage lover who likes that aged looking lume, even though I know a lot of people out there hate that on modern watches, the fake faux lume.
Yeah, your faux Tina.
Your faux Tina, so to speak. But there are definitely a lot of people who like not only getting that vintage look, but overall the vintage, true vintage look with that aged lume.
And proportions too.
And proportions, yeah. So sizing right here is really nice, comes in at 38 millimeters.
Okay.
But yeah, that feature is you're basically allowed to decide, do you want, I was gonna say, do you want faux Tina? Do you want the aged lume?
Sure.
Basically using the date wheel to decide, okay, I want aged lume, but if you want to have that clean, stark white lume, in terms of just color, not in darkness, you just spin that date wheel around and you're able to get that look as well.
That's really interesting. I mean, that's something that you don't really see from anyone out there, at least not that I can think of. And Nivada's done a really good job with some of their Chrono King line and some of their other chronograph offerings out there where you can get them with aged or white lume. Wow, that's actually wild.
Yeah. It's
that's funky to see happen in real time.
So it's a sandwich dial right underneath. If you've seen the blown up images of this watch, we'll see if maybe we could add one to the video. You'll see that they're little cutouts. So if you spin this way, all of a sudden you're looking at all aged lume. Spin that way, you're looking at all white lume. And it's such an interesting and whimsy way of deciding what you want on a watch. I mean, we're so used to just switching out our straps. That's how we really define the look that we want for our watch. But to now have that added benefit of, hey, I could also decide, hey, I don't want this look on my dial, I want this look.
Yeah, Nivada does a great job with the wear it the way you want it with their interchangeable bezel systems and stuff like that, and now you have interchangeable lume too. So very cool kind of vintage style or modern style depending on what you're looking for. Cool pick. All right, what do you have next here?
Talking about the PRX is like talking about the sun coming up every
beating
day.
a dead horse.
It is such a tried and true integrated bracelet, affordable watch design that I think across the world everybody knows about it.
A true modern icon for a reason.
Yes, exactly. So what they've continued to do is they've continued to expand on the looks, the overall looks of the watch. I mean, a little while ago we got a carbon version. We also have what I think probably is our favorite version is that rose gold.
Yeah, that new PVD case.
Oh,
yeah. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, the chef's kiss.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance and see that watch in person, it's a really nice, really beautiful watch. I think I sold that watch the day it came into the
instantly. Yeah, as soon as you see it in person. But this one also catches you off guard a little bit with what it's doing in color.
Exactly. So it is really hard for brands sometimes to truly show you what a dial color looks like in person on their website. They introduced this red dial, and when I saw it in the presentation, I was like, oh, another red. But you see it in person, it's like this, almost like this candy, deep red, not too dark, but at the same time, not too flashy.
Yeah.
It is really, really, really nice. And I wanted to definitely bring that watch in today so people can kind of see it on video. Here we have it in the 40 millimeter quartz model, which is just a really great priced watch at $415. And integrated bracelet, quartz, don't have to worry about winding.
Yeah.
But yeah, that dial color on this is just so remarkable. And I think, it's one of my new favorite colors from them.
Yeah, it's very nice. Vintage sports car red, kind of, with a best-in-class integrated bracelet, especially for $415. Really, really hard to beat, which you're going to try and convince me about the next pick you brought here, and we might fight about that a little bit. So go ahead and let's kick this one off.
I'm going to start this. I'm going to preface this by saying, you guys know when we're in the office, it's a constant back and forth.
Yeah.
And not like we're arguing with each other. Well, we are arguing with each other. But it's just a really like, oh, what do you have coming in today? Ooh, I like it. Ooh, I don't like it. What's going on here? Why did they decide to do that? And that's an easy 30, 40-minute conversation.
Every day.
And this has definitely been a watch that has spurred those type of conversations here in the office.
For weeks.
Here I have the Casio Edifice, the new automatics that they introduced. In my hand here I have the carbon dial version, which comes in at $300. They also introduced other versions which come in at $280. I like this watch. I think I kind of did it on purpose, putting it right next to the Tissot in terms of the integrated bracelet design. But yeah, I just really like this watch. And it seems like you really don't like this watch, but it's okay.
Okay, so to put these two next to each other is a crime. Quite frankly, so if you're looking for an automatic movement for the price point, for an integrated design, you cannot beat Edifice for this watch. It is fantastic for that price point.
Perfect. He said that on video. Yeah. We have that locked in.
I will stand by it.
There we go.
However, if you have an extra $100 to spend, Tissot is going to offer you a package that is far better finished, it is going to be far more refined, and it is going to fit the wrist a whole lot better.
Boo, no.
So that is just what it is.
No.
But I understand why people have enjoyed the new Casio Edifice. This new relaunch for Casio has been very important for them. We can't keep them in stock here. I've seen them come in and go right back out. I know that this is an important launch for them. I think the people who have picked them up have been really happy with them. It's just personally not for me. And that's fine. You know, not every watch is going to be for you. It can be for Ricardo here.
Listen. He talks about finishing, but I have to say the finishing on this watch is actually really nice.
It's fine.
Hater. So really nice vertical brushing on the bracelet, on the case, nice angles. Whereas, like with the Tissot, it still has those angles. It's a little bit softer. I will say that this is more angular. I just really like this watch. I like what it's bringing to the community. It is coming from a tried and true brand. It is an automatic. I mean, we used to remember days where you could get like a nice automatic watch for like sub $100.
Yeah.
And those days have kind of passed. And this has kind of brought things, I would say, back down a little bit to like a really good entry level price point.
Sure.
And that's what I appreciate about this watch. He's a hater. This is a really nice watch. If you get the opportunity, definitely check these out. We're running low on supply, but these should be restocked somewhere towards mid-August and September, but definitely check the new Casio Edifice automatics out.
Yeah, well, and if you do have a chance to check them out, let us know down in the comments section what you think about them. And while you're down there, let us know what you thought about all of these picks here. And let us know too if you want us to do more of these videos. We have, like I said, more watches coming in every single day, so many that we can't keep up with them. And I think this is a fun way to kind of walk through a whole bunch of new watches that are coming into the Windup Watch Shop in a way that kind of breaks it down and separates them from just a deep dive into the watch. If while you're down there, if you don't mind just leaving a like and subscribing to our channel, it does greatly help us out. But with all of that out of the way, I know your time is valuable and I appreciate you spending some of it with both of us here. And until the next one, peace.
Hater.
Oh, thanks, Ricardo. Oh, man.